Hi everybody, I am Marcella Nordbeck Richardson, living the artist way for 12 months, and it's August, so we're going to talk about Chapter 8 of Julia Cameron's The Artist Way. Chapter 8, titled Recovering a Sense of Strength. In this chapter, Julia talks a lot about losses, specifically creative losses when a project hasn't manifested or unfolded the way we had intended it to as artists, and to accept those losses and to grieve those losses so that then we can move forward instead of using those losses as an excuse to become creatively blocked or stay creatively blocked. My biggest takeaway from the chapter is in that process of honoring those losses to cultivate within ourselves faith and courage to keep taking steps to move in the direction of our dreams and to keep moving forward. So that's a summary of what the chapter is about. I don't know if I'm really in a place, as the chapter suggests, that we would be to be grieving my losses. But I'll be honest, this journey of living the artist way for a year has been challenging, in some ways much more than I thought it would be, and challenging in ways that I didn't expect. Well, I'm happy to report that today is the first day in probably 6 weeks. At least it feels like 6 weeks. It's been at least a month since I posted the Chapter 7 video blog. I haven't painted a lick in that entire time. And I've been beating myself up about it a lot. I guess you could say I've been feeling creatively blocked. And on the other hand, I've also been making conscious choices to just utilize my time differently. My husband recently bought a motorcycle, so we've been riding a lot, and that's new for me. I'd never been on a bike before, and I'm finding I really, really enjoy it. And what else? Well, we celebrated our first wedding anniversary on August 3rd, and we went camping for a long weekend out in Grand Mesa National Forest, probably about 2 hours east of Grand Junction, east and then south. That was amazing. Just time alone together and time in nature. I so needed both of them. And so some great things have been happening, great non-directly artistic things. So in that regard, I think I've been finding more balance in my life. But I think I've honestly been avoiding getting into my studio, and I'm shocked that that's been my experience. I guess I naively thought that by doing the artist way, to committing to doing it for a year, that I'd be anything but creatively blocked, that I'd be inspired. I thought I'd be inspired the whole time, and I haven't been. It's entirely possible that all of the emotions for me that have been coming up, a lot of fear and just questioning everything. It's entirely possible that all of that would have come up whether I was living the artist way or not. But thankfully, because I am living the artist way, and one of the tools that I've been very disciplined about, and that has been really supporting me whether I've been painting or not, is writing my pages. I might go 1 or 2 days a week without writing, usually on the weekend, because that's time that I'm spending the entire day with my husband, because we both work full time. But I've been writing a lot. In fact, these are kind of scattered throughout the apartment, but these are my journals, my morning pages journals since the duration of this journey. This is the first one. I actually started it back in December 2012. I decided to start doing the artist way and writing morning pages for me. My first entry was December 10th, 2012. And it was in December that I decided to then do the project and start blogging again, and then that evolved into the video blogs. And then I found this Andy Lakey journal. He's a really neat artist, no longer living. I've been noticing my journals, my morning pages journals, are getting smaller, which is an interesting observation. This one is a pattern that is Martha Stewart license. And then this I found at Jared's nursery down the street here in Littleton, with really pretty butterflies, which I'm all about. So those are my journals, and they are packed full of emotional vomit. So that's where I'm at. It's been a rough couple of weeks, and it's really taken me by surprise, because my intention in January, when I went down to working 4 days a week, was to take my art hobby and finally treat it as the business that it is and it has been, but to honor it. And I looked to the Artist Way to give me structure and discipline, and just assumed that this would be the year that I would take my business to the next level. And while I feel like I'm planting a lot of seeds, it's been more of a spiritual journey this year than I had ever anticipated, and less about an artistic journey. And for me, the two are really intertwined, as is the Artist Way. But the year just doesn't look the way I thought it would. I'm confident that in the end that everything is happening the way it's happening and the timing that it's happening to support my highest and best. But I thought I'd be painting more, writing more, showing more of my work. And I've been journaling, writing my pages, doing more yoga, meditating more than I thought I would. So that's where I'm at, but I am happy to report that this morning, it's Wednesday, and I've been off on Wednesdays, and I did my normal Wednesday morning, and I stretched and meditated and wrote my pages for 30 minutes. And then I thought I'd record this video, but it's actually 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been painting for the last 4 or 5 hours, and it's been awesome. So grateful that I've moved through all this muck in my head. In fact, just within the last 24 hours, I feel like I've had the greatest breakthrough that I've had all year. And I know this on one level, but living from this place all the time is the challenge, and that's remembering the truth of who we are, that we're whole, perfect, and complete, and there really, truly isn't anything that we have to do. And remembering that, life is just so much joyful when we live from our heart. And I finally really started to embody that last night in a class, and it dropped into my consciousness of what would my life look like if I lived from just a complete place of trust, and to stop overanalyzing everything, stop overanalyzing my day job and where that may or may not be going, what I may or may not want it to look like. Stop overanalyzing my creative path and its timeliness or lack thereof, and just stay at work late when I want to work late, and paint when I want to paint, and write when I want to write, and just trust that I'm being divinely guided to honor the different aspects of myself and the things that call to me, and to stop trying to figure out how it's all going to work out and just let it happen. So that's finally where I'm at today, after a whole lot of morning pages writing. So keep creating. And whether you're creating art or you're just creating the life of your dreams, and sorting and purging and releasing and creating the space to let new opportunities into your life, keep doing it.